Hello, ladies. Hello. Welcome to day 5. It's the last day. I honestly can't believe it. This past week has gone by so quickly, and I've had just the most incredible time with you for the last 4 days. It's been so much fun doing these master classes with you. Thank you for, if you've been with me all along, thank you so much. It means the world to me that you're here, that you like what I have to say, and you interact with me, and you bring your openness, your beautiful energy. And most of all, I just want to thank you for honoring your own desire, for honoring what you want for yourself. I was praying a little bit before getting on, really for gratitude, a prayer of gratitude, really being grateful for women who want this, who desire to be in happy, healthy relationships. Because I wholeheartedly believe with all my heart that when we create harmonious, loving relationships in our own homes, when we come together and we are coming with the intention of love, with the intention of a healthy union, with the intention of just having, whether it is a bigger family or just marrying family together, it's going to heal the world, especially if you're also bringing children to the world. If we choose the right partner, if we are the right person, if the person that we're choosing is right, it's just going to heal the world. So it just means the world to me that you are taking a stand for your desires. Hi, Aga, so good to see you here, lovely, and that we get to do this together. If you haven't watched all 4 days, I highly recommend that you do. We have covered on day 1, what's the main reason that you haven't found your soulmate yet? Because I know you're amazing. I know you're already wonderful. So why is it that you haven't met him yet? And on day 2, we talked about how to attract high quality men. Who do we need to be in order for quality men to be attracted to us? And on day 3, which was a really fun day, we talked about a lot about what it means to date like a queen and date for marriage. Super important topic. So I really want you to if you haven't, go back and watch. There's a link in the description that will have you subscribe to this particular masterclass series, so you get all the replays at the end of the day, and then you can have access to them, so you don't have to look for them too much. And yesterday we talked about how to stand out and own his heart, how to be a woman that he can distinguish and choose, and see that you are different, right? So today's topic, which I'm so excited about, is all about what we have learned, but really deepening them and understanding them even further. So I want you to really see this from different angles. Sometimes we need to hear the same thing from different perspectives in order for it to register. And also, something that has been so true, and I've seen it in my own evolution, is that when we start to have new consciousness, when we start to have new things register for us, when we change, the way that we hear things also change. Things that start to hear sound different to us, we get it a little deeper, we connect the dots even more. So it's really important that you continue to do this work, you continue to listen and implement and do the work, and we'll take it from there. Yeah, so let's talk about getting that commitment, getting that proposal, getting that marriage that we are all here for. Yeah, who's excited? As you're joining in, say hello, please, in the comments. Tell me that you're here. I'm always super excited to connect with you, get to know you. The more I see your familiar faces, the more when I see you on the internet, I'm like, hey, that's she. And then we can talk a little bit more and be friends. So make sure that you comment and be interactive, super interactive, because it's our last day and I want it to be super fun. Okay? So we want the whole meal, yes? We don't want crumbs. We don't want crumbs. We want the whole thing. We want to have not just a boyfriend, not just to go on a few nice dates, not just to have a good time, but we want the rest of our life to be spent with the right person and for the right person to be attracted to us. Now, in order for that to happen, first and foremost, the main thing that has to be in place is that you are actually receptive to it. You might say, duh, that's why I'm here. I am so ready. I was ready 5 years ago. I'm ready for my soulmate to propose to me. I'm ready to be a wife. I'm ready. I'm ready. Who feels like they are ready? Truly, they have been receptive to it. They are open to it. They want to get married. It's just that the guy is missing. The guy of the dreams, or no man is proposing to them. Let me know in the chat. But I am here to ruffle your feathers a little bit and maybe trigger you, and that's totally okay. And say that if you were truly ready, if that was true, it would have happened already. We can blame it on the world and say, men don't want to commit, men are scared of commitment. It's their fault. It's the dating world. It's just too modern right now. Everybody just wants to hook up. No man really wants to commit. You know, the most common thing that we hear, men are scared of commitment, and I call BS on that because we are seeing I don't have stats on it because it's too many people. Men are proposing and getting married every single day, all everywhere, including where you are, no matter where you are. It is happening. Men are not scared of commitment. They're just not going to commit and devote the rest of their lives to a woman who aren't absolutely sure about. And that's the truth. The fact that he might want to live with you or live with you doesn't mean that he's ready to marry you or he wants to marry you. Even if he wants to spend all his free time with you, you're the only girl that he's seeing, does not mean that he's gonna want to marry you. Even if he loves you, truly loves you, really cares for you, it still doesn't mean that he's sure that he wants to marry you. Even if he wants to be girlfriend, boyfriend with you. That's I've had two clients that were in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, for over 10 years with a man. 10 years that they were, and the guy was still not sure if he was going to propose. And after we worked together, both of them got engaged and getting married, but it didn't mean that they were going to. They had tried everything. They felt like I am doing everything that I possibly can. I've given him everything that he wanted. Why doesn't he want to marry me? It wasn't until we fixed a few things that they decided that they were now they're sure about the woman that they were seeing for 10 years. And if I'm completely honest with you, and this is not something that I talk about often, my own husband, before meeting me, he was in a relationship with a woman for 10 years. And for 10 years, to be exact, he didn't propose. And I was the one right after. And here we are. We've been 10 years together now. November will be 10 years. So, same man. This is the same guy. But what happens? What happens? You can get angry about this. You can be frustrated about this. But my invitation for you, my loves, is to empower yourself with what you're learning and understand why men don't just devote the rest of their lives, even if they spend years with you, they still are not sure about it. and what needs to happen for that to actually, for you to get what you want, and for them to marry the ones that they want. So before we go there, let me see what your lady's saying. What if I'm fabulous, but I'm not at the dream girl stage just yet? That's what is holding me back. So you are absolutely fabulous. You definitely are. So work your way through it. You'll work your way through it, that you're becoming that dream girl, because it's already, everything is already within you. Everything that you possibly need is already in you. But also, don't make it a destination for yourself that you need to get to a position of the dream girl. You can unleash it, honestly, really, really quickly. Hi, Crystal. So good to see you. Oh my God, my husband was the same. They were together 10 years and he wasn't sure. We were engaged in 13 months. Look at that. Same guy. Same guy can be in a relationship for a very, very, very long time and still not propose. To be honest, I feel rather not scared of men lately. I've already go out more than I get more, but so I really feel that you're right. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. So, first we are going to talk about the real thing. Talk about the real thing, which is that a man wanting to get married, this is something, a decision that has to be made before you're even in the picture. Because the truth is that sometimes it's not the right time for men, for him, for a man, for it to be exact. He's just not at the phase in his life that he wants to be married. It has nothing to do with you. Sometimes that's fact. This is not something that he's going to be talked into. He's not going to be convinced. You're not selling him a car. You can't talk him into the rest of your life. Let me convince you to spend the rest of your life with me. I can do this. He's not going to take that lightly. It's not something a man will decide on an outside factor. This is something within him that he needs to be sure about it, that he wants to get married. Not about you, just his internal decision that he's made. It has to be his idea. It has to be at the stage that he can actually picture himself and has the capacity for it, that he can have the capacity to provide for his family, to protect his family, to be the husband of the house and the father. But it doesn't mean that if he has a capacity to be a boyfriend and to sleep with you or to go on trips with you, it doesn't mean, don't ever make that mistake, that it means that he's actually ready for marriage. His readiness has to be an internal decision that he makes. So you have to understand it. And that's why you have to pay attention when you're dating, that the minute that he says that he is not looking for anything serious, he is looking for someone to have fun with, okay, maybe someday when the right person comes along, you have to let him go. If you want to get that proposal soon, if you want to get married not 5 years from now, but you want to be ready and you want to attract someone who's ready, then you can't hide the fact. You can't be upfront about the fact that you want it. You want to get married. That is your desire, and you have to hear him out when he says that. I've said this before. I have to really, really drill that in you. So the minute that he says he's not looking for anything serious, it was so incredible to spend time with you. I so appreciate it. And because I'm intentional and my intention is to get married, find my soulmate and a guy who knows who is already ready, I have to let you go. And I am sure that you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. That's it. Do not take it upon yourself. Do not start auditioning for him. It's just more of your years that you're going to waste. And that's the last thing that I want for you, because you're going to gather evidence and make it mean that it's you that nobody wants to marry. It's not you. It has to be his decision. Capiche? All right. Now, let me take a sip of kombucha. My throat is a little itchy today. Now, I talked about the fact that are you ready for it? And one of the main things as a relationship coach that I look for and I assess when a woman tells me that she's ready to be married, she's open for a healthy, loving relationship, I pay attention to who does she want? What does she want? What kind of a guy is it that she wants? Does she want a guy who wants her? Or does she want a guy that doesn't necessarily make her feel wanted, but he checks a lot of boxes? He's successful, he's very handsome, he's so charming, he has such a swagger, he likes to eat at the restaurants that I like to eat, he likes to travel. You just listed out all of the things that you like about him. But I asked you, how does he make you feel? Oh, he makes me laugh. We have such a good time together. We have so many things that we can talk about all day, all night. No, 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 no. I didn't ask you what you like about him. I asked you, how does he make you feel as a woman? Does he make you feel wanted? Not sexually. Does he make you feel wanted as a woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with? Does he make you feel safe? Is it the most important thing to him to make you feel seen? Is your well-being, physical well-being, emotional well-being, are they a huge priority for him? Does his consistent good behavior make you feel relaxed? You're not wondering if he's interested in you. That never crosses your mind because he makes it so obvious that he's into you. Because, my dear, if the answer to all of those things that I've asked you isn't yes, a sounding yes, you are not attracted to the right man. You're not ready for a healthy, loving marriage. You're attracted to someone who you idolize for whatever your reasons may be, and now you've made it your project to make him want you. Let that sink in. The one who is going to propose to you and marry you and create a beautiful marriage with you needs to want you before you want him. He has to feel that you are actually looking for the things that he has to provide. If you are attracted, we talked about chemistry the other day. If you're attracted to the kind of guy that just makes you feel excited, it is exciting, it is fun to be with him. He looks so good on the paper, and everybody in your family is friends and family are gonna be so impressed that you caught such a catch. But you don't feel wanted by him and you want him, you've got work to do. You've got work to do. Your priorities in what sustains a happy, healthy relationships are not in place. You're attracted to who doesn't want you. And you're going to work hard for him to get to want you. And that does not work. I know this because that was the story of my life. The more a guy wasn't making me feel safe, the more I felt excited about it. And like I said, challenge accepted. Now In the moments that things felt good, because when things were good, they were so good, I felt like I was winning. I got it. I finally got it. But that didn't last long. I heard this once from one of my mentors, and it stuck with me, that the right person for you is gonna make you feel relaxed while he's with you and when he's not with you, especially when he's not with you. He makes you feel good while he's with you and when he's not with you. And all my past relationships, until my husband, I only felt relaxed and happy while we were together. But when there was separation, I never knew where I stood with them. My husband, not once in the 10 years that we have been together, while we were dating or he was courting me, not once did he make me wonder if he's going to ghost on me, if he's lost interest. Not once. And I had to work on myself to be attracted to that, to be attracted to someone that is steady, not a roller coaster. Roller coasters are exciting. The ups and downs, they're so filled with adrenaline and all these chemicals. But a relationship, do you want to spend the rest of your life on a roller coaster? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody that makes you feel safe or somebody who keeps you on your toes? So you have to, if you are in saying that you're ready for marriage, but you constantly attract people who you don't want and you want guys that don't want you, then you need to work on yourself. You need to change this whole idea, and you have to get used to the fact to be wanted by guys and to be pursued by guys. And that's why another reason that circular dating is such an amazing tool, because when you have multiple men in your dating pool and there are multiple men who are bidding for your attention, that you get used to that feeling. You get used to the fact that you're wanted, instead of you just going on all in with one guy. You're all in, he's not, and you're constantly wasting your time and wondering what the hell you're doing wrong. I feel I have done a huge work, however, I attract unavailable men in any way, and it's very difficult me to drop them. I know this is about me and I do know how to be changing. That's it. If you can't drop unavailable men, my love, that's right there. That's what we said. You're instead of you being wanted in a relationship deeply, you're wanting the one that doesn't want you and you want to fix it. So you have to work on that. Attract the One journey is a really good point for you to work on that healing work, or just really focusing on that part of you that needs to get off that addiction to the project, fixing a man so that he would want you. That's beautiful. Thank you. It is. So it was so refreshing and uncomfortable at first, to be honest with you. It was really uncomfortable because I never had that. I never felt that in the past relationships, that it was super, super obvious to me that he wants me. I have to do nothing. I have to just be receptive. I just have to be who I am and relax in his presence, and he keeps coming back for more. I remember that there was not one of the things that this is really golden. I want you to remember this. Because my vibe was open, because I was not putting all my eggs into one basket, he could sense it in my energy, meaning that I wasn't going to go all in on him. I was very open to date multiple men at the same time until I get the commitment that I wanted. That he Every date ended with him making sure that he had booked me for the next date. Why? Because he could feel it that if he doesn't, I could be on another date with another man. And when that happened once, that when he wanted to go out with me, he didn't book me soon enough. And on a Thursday, he asked me out for a Saturday, and I had plans. And authentically, not because I just wanted to say no to him, but I authentically had other plans. He realized that no, he can't do that. In order for me to be available to see him, he has to really step up his game. And he made sure that every Friday and every Sunday, those were the dates that we used to go out, is that I was booked. He didn't go under the assumption that, oh, I know those are the dates that we're going to go out, so I should keep them open. No, he knew that he had to actively work to make sure that he catches me. The more he showed interest in me, the more interested I became. That has to be your way of thinking. You have to rewire your brain, you have to rewire your body that responds to good behavior. The more consistent it is, the more you feel better about him. The more he is showing you interest, the more you feel for him, not the other way around. Right now, we have it all backwards, don't we? Right now, in this dating world, it looks like the more he's gonna withdraw, the more you're like leaning in. What can I do? What did I do? What should I do? How do I get his attention? What do I do next? How do I bring him back? Instead of you losing interest when he's not showing you interest, you're activated to show him more interest, or just energetically and in your mind and think about him. You keep thinking about him, the one that doesn't want you or that is not showing you that he wants you. That tells me internally you get turned on by bad behavior. Not turned on sexually necessarily. You get turned on, meaning, I want that. I want to get him. I want to chase him. So you chase him. Your soulmate is, you chase that kind of a man, he's going to run away from you. It doesn't work in the masculine and feminine dynamic with the kind of guys that you say you want. That strategy is never going to work. The ones that want to be chased, the kind of guys that are like, well, why don't you call me? Why don't you text me first? Why don't you ask me out? Those are not the guys that you want to marry. Trust me. Again, we've been together for 10 years. Obviously, like, we're married now. But so that's an obvious thing that he's never going to ask. But never in our dating phase, my husband ever asked me, why don't you text me first? Never. Because those men exist. The kind of men that actually love the chase. The kind of men that actually thrive on this is their internal chemistry, their biology. That's the way that they're made. That they want to be the one that come after you. I want to perform for you. I want to show you that I'm interested, so I gain your interest. If you're a woman that when I give you crumbs, when I give you nothing, you want me, what does that tell me about you? Think about it for a second. A man knows the level of giving that he's giving. A man knows that if he's giving you his best or if he's giving you crumbs. And if you're satisfied with crumbs, if you're satisfied with low effort, with nothing, no lifting a finger other than texting and other than, going for a drive or whatever, that satisfies you, that tells him what your standards are. And if he's looking to marry a queen, do you think that is attractive to him? Do you think that's someone that he wants to spend the rest of his life with? So you have to think about it from this perspective. You have to understand that in order for you to attract the 1% type of a guy, if they are so rare, which I don't believe one bit that they are, but in order for that to happen, you have to become the woman that is receptive to that, that is a complement to that, that's a match for that. Let me read what you're saying. How could you tell the difference between a guy like your husband versus the guy that chases you to win, then changes later on? If a guy consistently do it after 3 months, he's not there just for the chase. It's a really good question, Sharifa. Those men who are just doing it to win, they will always stop before the 3 months mark. I have had women devastated because of it, because they were like, it had been like a month and a half or 2 months. And they were like, he was coming on so strong. He was doing everything that you said he would. And then all of a sudden, he stopped. He ghosted. Why did that happen? Well, because he was there, like you said, for the chase. He wasn't there for the right reasons. The right guy, the right person. This is who he is. This is not a game to him. So you have to give it 3 months at least. At least 3 months to see, could be if he can keep it up after 3 months, then he's there for the right reasons. That's why you circular date, many guys, because you're going to see his truth sooner or later. Normally it stops right around the 2 months, but I'm stretching it a little bit to keep you safe. He cannot keep it up as a game for more than 3 months. But the right man for you, the right guy for you, the more he invests in you, the more he wants you. That's a healthy man. If we are looking to be attracting healthy men, we need to be healthy women. A healthy man is going to look for a woman that actually gets activated, gets more interested as he puts more effort in. If he sees you that you're so, when he doesn't step forward, you're all over him, it tells him, no, she doesn't value herself. I do not value a woman that doesn't value herself. That's what he's looking for, a high value man. High value woman needs to be looking at consistent good behavior over time. Consistent effort at over time, not the other way around. I thought also about your program called Magnetic Scripts because I really often do not know what to say to men. That's a really, really great program. It was one of my very first programs. It's still my bestseller because it really helps with the communication, and it's not just about the communication. It really is about a woman connecting to her truth so then she can speak it. Because if the scripting is a bunch of words that we're just memorizing and it's strategy, it's not our truth. So it's a really great program as well. And it's still something that I hardly ever talk about, and it just keeps selling on its own. Consistency. Those men are usually waiting for you to give it up, but in circular dating, sex is off the table. Thank you, lady. That is very true. That is very true. And that's what I wanted to get into. So, meaning that in order for you, this is a conversation a little bit extended from yesterday, is that in order for you to be a woman that is different than the women that he's used to, what needs to happen is that you are actually different. This is the difference between a guy who is already ready for a marriage, but he still won't commit. So I've seen this so many times with a lot of women and their exes. They were like, he was with me all this time, Didn't want to propose, didn't want to get married. We have been broken up for 6 months and he's already engaged to someone else. And they're crying about it. So it wasn't the guy that wasn't ready. It was what he felt with you that wasn't right for him. He did not want to devote the rest of his life to you. And again, this is not a permission slip for you to feel sorry for yourself or to feel bad about yourself or think that something is wrong. This is the invitation for you to rise to the high value woman that gets that relationship because she's already within you. That means dare to be different. Dare to not date like every woman out there that's doing it. Dare to say no to being someone's girlfriend because everyone else is happy to do it. Dare to say no to sleeping with him before getting the commitment that you want. Dare to say no to it. Everyone else is doing it. And if you're afraid that he's going to get it somewhere else, he's not for you. Good riddance. A good man, the right man, the man who is looking for marriage is not afraid of waiting because he's going to get you and he's going to get married to you. He can overcome his wanting to sleep with a woman if he wants to get married. Do not be a woman like every other girl out there that keeps posting pictures of a guy that she's seeing. Do not do that. He hasn't caught you. He is nobody in your life yet other than someone that you're dating. He doesn't get to be announced to your world, to your world, to be introduced to your circle. And no, you're not going to introduce him to your family. Not until his intentions are to marry you. Why am I saying all this to you? Why am I saying don't do it? It's because he can feel that he hasn't won you yet. He can feel that he has to put in more effort. That taking you out on dates is not enough. He hasn't caught you yet. All he needs to do is to go have dinner with you or go on a trip with you, to be all over your social media, to be invited to your family events, why would he want to put in more effort? Why would he want to put it? Because you think that, oh, he's going to fall in love with me more and more and more. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Not with adult men. Sure, an 18-year-old, 20-something-year-old, even at the, a man, when a man is really young, sure, he might, but not a real man. A real man is not going to be impressed by the fact that you're so impressed so quickly that you're going to show him to the world when he hasn't given you any sort of a commitment. It's going to make him want to work harder for you, to get you to commit to him sooner. So it's your responsibility to be different, to not be scared of being different, to not be scared of standing out. Because if you don't stand out, you're just another woman to them, another pretty girl, fabulous girl, so much fun, so cool to hang out with, or to even fall in love with, but not want to devote and commit to. Every girl out there, majority of girls and women out there, they don't have boundaries. Boundaries are very attractive to a high value man. Boundaries signal value. She values herself. And no man is ever going to value us more than how much we value ourselves. He will match that always. And this can be a little hard pill to swallow, but again, you get to empower yourself with it. If men don't value you, if men don't see the benefit of really treating you like a queen, it's because they're mirroring that right back at you because you don't value you. You're not showing him that you value yourself. They don't feel it with you, that you truly value yourself. If you put up with bad behavior, what does that tell a man? If he's being constantly late, if he's being rude to you, if he is putting very little effort into your relationship, does that, and you're putting up with it, and you might even fight about it, but then you're okay the next minute, the next day. What does that tell a man? Does that scream to him that she really values herself? Or he's like, I can get away with anything. I can conserve my energy. I do not have to put much effort. I can just be at my worst behavior. She's okay with it. It's great. This is a great time filler for me. I can have a good time with her and enjoy sex with her and enjoy, going to the movies with her. And I don't even have to be at my best behavior. He's not going to choose that woman for his wife. I'm sorry. He's not going to do that. If he can get away with bad behavior with you, he will not want you to be the mother to his children if he wants kids. He wants a role model. And that's how men operate. And that's how we need to operate, ladies. This is something that we can start to really get out of our people pleasing. Don't be too difficult. Don't be too high maintenance. Don't be so weird. Don't be all of that. Be all of that, because those are the women that are getting married to the right type of men. Those are the women. If a woman is not putting up with bad behavior, if a woman is not interested in a guy that is not showing her interest, if a woman is not going to have him completely engrossed in her life without any sort of a commitment, if she's not going to do any of those things, what kind of a guy is she going to end up with? A loser or a king? She's going to end up with a king. And king are good decision makers. They're wise. They pay attention. And they don't need years to figure out if you're the one for them. Trust me on this. My clients, when they are circular dating and when they are implementing what I say, the longest engagement that I've ever had with a client was 1 year. 1 year. They were engaged with, and that was the longest. 5-6 months are the norm. Within 5 to 6 months. You're so welcome. I'm so honored. Thank you for saying that. It's that quick, babes. It gets to be that quick because the right type of guys, they know it, they feel it in their gut, they feel the energy, they will take actions. But if you're spending time with time wasters, if you're spending time with guys that are dragging their feet and then you are dragging them along, of course it's going to take forever. Of course it's going to feel like a vicious cycle. You have to be taking a big stand for what you want. Your standards in what you want and the behaviors that you want, the kind of energy that you want has to be up here. You can't waver on that. You can't waver on good behavior and with your boundaries. If you're loosey-goosey with your boundaries, he's going to be loosey-goosey with you. However, guys are treating you, If it's a pattern, especially, I'm not here to say that things are your fault. If God forbid, if anything has ever happened to you that has made you a victim, I'm not saying that you created it. But if it's a pattern, if the guys that you're attracting always do the same thing to you, the faces change, but the actions and the way that you feel is the same, then it is you. It is you, the way that you're treating yourself. Not that there is something wrong with you. You're treating yourself that way. And that needs to change. That needs to change. And you will, when you change that, when you are going to be a queen that you are, because you already are it. Sometimes you just don't act like it. You are already a high value woman. You're already a worthy woman. You're already an incredible catch. Sometimes you forget it, and because you're so afraid to be an inconvenience, to be abandoned by the wrong guy, that you forget that you're a queen and you start acting like a little girl, scared little girl that will order the same type of ice cream that every other girl is ordering because she wants to fit in. You're gonna wear the same type of clothes. You're gonna do the same type of makeup. You're going to say the trendy words and do whatever else other people are doing, because everybody has gets in bed with guys after a 3 date. That's what he expects. After the third date is what we're gonna do. All the girls out there, they kiss on the first date because they want to see what it's like. Or that's what he wants. So that's what I'm gonna do. No. If you want different results, do things differently. Don't be a girlfriend. Don't get in a bed with a guy that hasn't committed to you. Don't get ahead of him energetically. He has to be the one trying to convince you. Please come to my family event. Let me show you to the world. Let me do this. Investing ahead of you, trying to get you to come along, not the other way around. Become uninterested when a man is not showing interest. Become turned off by bad behavior. This will get you the proposal. This will get you the proposal from the right man, most importantly. Circular date. Fill your energy centers internally and outwardly with attention that is healthy from yourself and from the guys that you're meeting, and your world is going to change. The way that you see yourself is going to change when you position yourself in that state of queen, really, that every man would be crazy not to want me. Every guy that I'm seeing, if they don't want me, it's their loss. If you have that energy, you're going to see such a difference in your dating world. I always love to, I watch reality dating shows, not because I just find them entertaining, but because I really like to study the way that, these are normal women, men and women, right? That they're on TV. And two shows that I really like watching for this purpose. If you haven't watched them, it's okay. I can just quickly tell you what their gist of it is The Bachelorette. So there is one woman, 30 some guys that she starts dating, and every week she starts to eliminate the ones that she doesn't like, and all of these guys are fighting to stay with her because they want her to pick them. And they want, at the end of it all, they're supposed to, there will be two guys, and then they will both propose, and then she will choose the one that she wants. So forget about the fact that, like I said, like most women, these girls also make the mistakes of going by the chemistry and the looks and all of that stuff. But why is it that there is one girl that they have, most of them have just met for the first time, it wasn't like they knew her before or anything like that, and all these guys have been in the position of wanting her? Now, there's another show in the same franchise called Bachelor in Paradise. Bachelor in Paradise is that some girls, 10 girls, 10 boys, they're put in on a beach, and then they all like mingle and they try to find love in that sense. Now, the girl, this is this very first, the last season that is happening right now. The girl, when she was the bachelorette, every guy when she was dating was trying to win her over. They were crying over her if she let them go. They were doing whatever they could do to impress her, to take her, when they took them to their hometowns, show her the best time. They were all fighting to get her to marry them. And things didn't work out for her. Like, the guy that she picked wasn't the right guy for him. So now she is on Bachelor in Paradise. Now that she's on Bachelor in Paradise, there are hardly any guys interested in her. There's a lot of guys, lots and lots of guys, but nobody is interested in her anymore. What happened? What happened that from one show to another show, the same girl, none of these guys are actors. Bingo. None of them are actors. They're genuine. They're crying. They're getting married. Like, it's not their feelings are real. But in the Bachelorette, she positioned herself in such a way that all these guys want me and I get to choose. The show helped her to feel that way. The same girl, when she's put on the beach with a bunch of other beautiful women and a bunch of other guys, now she's hardly getting any attention. What changed? Is she less beautiful now? Is she less worthy now? No, because she no longer believes like she's the only girl that matters anymore. She doesn't feel valuable anymore. She doesn't feel like the one anymore. There's another girl on that same beach that so many guys are going after her, and she's not more beautiful. She's not more anything, but she's got the feminine energy nailed. I love watching it because I can see that she's got it. She feels it. She doesn't care how many girls are out there. She's not competing with anyone. She's friends with everyone else, but she's got it. She feels it. She feels like she's in demand. She feels that every guy out there wants to be with her. So, do you see the difference between in the energy, what energy does, what the way that you perceive yourself and how you value yourself reflects back to you from moment to moment, from one show to another show. These are real people. This is the same as you. You get to position yourself. You get to position yourself as a queen that men get to want you. Guess what? When the bachelorette sees low effort on those guys, she quickly gets rid of them. She's like, you're not coming to talk to me. All these guys are trying to get my attention and you're doing nothing. Bye. That's the way that she needs to be looking at it. That's the way you need to be looking at it. But if you get hooked on the guy that doesn't want you, forget about it. Don't forget about it. Work on yourself. But it is all about your energy, the way that you treat yourself. Who you are is how you treat yourself. Who you are is how you see yourself. Who you are is what you believe you are deserving of. So if you want to be deserving of a high value man, you have to remember that you have to act accordingly. And acting accordingly means that you never, ever chase after a man who's not into you. You don't chase after any man, but not energetically. A lot of women come to me and say that they are ready for marriage and they're hung up on their exes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? You're still fantasizing about an ex that when I hear the stories, it was a horrible, horrible ending. The way that they were treating her, the way that they cheated on her, the way that he was doing nothing and then he ended up breaking up with her, and you still are thinking about him. You're in giving your precious energy, time, heart to a guy that didn't want you, treated you poorly, had so many toxic traits, and you're telling me that you're ready for marriage? Tell that to a high value man. Here is a beautiful woman who is fantasizing and crying over her ex that treated her really, really poorly. Want to marry her? What sane man is ever going to do that? What man of integrity and self respect is ever going to want to do that? No one, no man. So, to attract the one, you have to become the one. To be treated and committed to like a queen, you have to treat yourself like a queen. You have to commit to yourself like a queen. You have to commit to your standards, to your values. You have to be a woman that expects excellence from a man by being excellent herself and not play these childish games of an hot and cold and be intrigued by them. That's when you're ready. That's when you're going to get quickly the proposal and with a good man, with a high value man, and you're going to have a beautiful life together if you keep working on yourself. That wraps it up, my loves, for today, to our last day together. I hope you enjoyed these master classes as much as I did. I absolutely love being here with you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being open to it. Thank you for not getting scared away, because these conversations are real. And I told you at the beginning that I'm dedicating this conversation to myself 10 years ago, just before meeting my husband, just a little over 10 years ago. This is what I needed to hear, because I too was putting up with crap behavior. I was so activated and so turned on by guys who didn't want me. I devalued myself. I wasted time. I made a guy way more important than he needed to be at the time, that with the efforts that he was putting in. And that got me nowhere. That got me boyfriends for years. And I will never, ever, if I were to go back 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I would never want to go through that again. That's why I'm here telling you that if you've been going through it, you get to change that. When I did, my world changed. When I did, within less than 5 months, I met my husband. I went on a date with my husband. I attracted the man that was always there, but not attracted to me. But when I changed things, that changed. And it gets to change for you as well. If the right next step for you is attract the one journey, if you have healing to do, if you have work to do on yourself to become the one and attract the one, this 7-module course, if you're going for the course only, has led to 42 marriages, engagements and marriages. And if there is more that you need, which there is the full package of this course with healing sessions, somatic healing sessions, If talk therapy hasn't changed anything for you, as great as it was a great starting point, but it's not anymore, I invite you to really come and do this work with me, because you're going to heal the trauma that has been holding you back, that has been the reason that you are turned on by a man that is reminding you of the past trauma. You don't know why you feel so drawn to him. It's 99% because of your past and what you're familiar with. We're going to fix all of that. We're going to change all of that. Today is the very, very last day that there is a discount that on this course. Next week it's going to be, when I release it to the whole public, when it goes out to everyone, then it's going to be on the full price. And I hope that you take advantage. If this is the right next step for you, if you feel drawn to me, if you feel like I can be the right person for you to help facilitate you're attracting the one for you, then I will be honored and privileged to have you with us. Again, there are two options. There is one that is the course only, so you can study the modules as they become available to you. That's the 42 engagements and marriages that it's led to. Or you can get the full package, which comes with 3 healing sessions of somatic healing, as well as live Q&A and coaching session at the end of the 7 modules. I love you all so much. I can't wait to see what we're going to go create together for those of you who are joining Attract the One Journey. And then for the rest of you, please do the work. Please keep at it. Please, please, please don't ever give up on your dream and desire, because you're so worthy of it. You deserve it so much, and you get to have it. I promise you, you get to have it. Come into the work, do your inner work, and you will have the most epic, beautiful relationship that you so deserve. I love you, and I will see you on the internet. Bye, ladies.